So, Christmas Day, and the reading today was from Luke's Gospel. It told the story of the birth of Jesus and the telling of the good news to the shepherds. And in the worship today, we looked at five surprising facts about the Nativity, which tend to get lost when you look at how familiar the story is to so many people. The first surprise being that when God chose to come and reveal what God is really like to people, he came in the form of a baby, a helpless, vulnerable, small person. Reminds you of the line in the hymn, "Our God contracted to a span, incomprehensibly made man." The second surprising element being that here was the God who made the whole of creation, and yet born of ordinary parents, not celebrities or important people at all, but to ordinary people like you and me. The third, that he was born in an animal stable, laid in a feeding trough, not in some remote plush palace somewhere, but accessible to all. Fourthly, that good news was announced not again to the rich and famous, but to shepherds, ordinary men working in the night. And fifthly, that the gifts that were brought to Jesus by the wise men, as told in the Gospels, were extraordinary gifts. Gifts of great symbolism, but not gifts you'd normally expect with a baby. So 5 surprising aspects, but of course we ended with the most surprising fact of all, which is the fact that God acted in this way to come to us. The history of the Old Testament tells us time and time again of a people who were chosen, whose mission was to take that special relationship with God out to all the world and to share that with all people. But in fact that didn't happen. It was a revelation for all people. What it means to be special, what it means to be chosen in God's eyes, is to be exactly the same as everybody else. It is to know and live the unity of all humanity through all ages. This is one of our Methodist foundational thinkings, that all can be saved and all can know themselves to be saved. And by saved we mean being in a relationship with God. It is the most wonderful, wonderful gift to know that the God who made all things knows, accepts, loves, pardons, sets free, commissions each and every one of us. And it is my understanding of that relationship that God is always there for all people. The only barrier to knowledge, the only obstacle to feeling in that relationship is ourselves. It is our own shell, our own veneer of adulthood, our own desire to feel constantly like we're in control. Not here that we talk of blind faith or of submission to some divine guiding force, but rather that we open ourselves up to the creation in which we live. The artificial part of our lives is not the God we cannot see or touch, but the fact that we feel in our adult lives that we are somehow in control, that we understand and are in control of our own destiny. Not, I believe, that God is guiding every waking moment, but that to be truly alive is to understand our relationship with the God who made all things, to come home and be the people we were made to be. This is the great gift that arrived at a time we call Christmas. The true blasting out of that love, so it no longer belonged to just a chosen few, bound in time or space, of course came at Easter, with the resurrection of Jesus, when even death could not hold that amazing love freely given to every single one of us. A gift of love, a gift of kindness, a gift of grace that comes to us before we even know we need it and is always, always there. This is our great joy. not just at Christmas, but every single day. And to find and accept that gift is the purpose of all our lives.